think this might still be streaming under Roblox, which it shouldn't be, but I cannot figure out for the life of me how to change it back. So I hope I'm not forever doomed to be a Roblox person. That's not what this stream is about. It's mainly art. Like, dang it. All right. I am going to do some real quick watercolors here. I want to just make some leaves. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're like, what? Yeah, it's not supposed to be Roblox if that's the category that it's still under. I tried changing it, but it didn't quite work. I try to make some fall leaves here. I decided the other day, I'm like, this looks still kind of empty. So I will probably draw some spider webs and things like that on here as well. But for now, we're just going to add some additional little like embellishments to it. And I'm going to take you guys along for the ride and I'm going to keep pivoting my camera. But what's a fall pumpkin gourd scene without leaves? I feel like we got to have some. I'll just do a combination of like some orange and probably some green or like a brown color, possibly. I'll just take you guys, I'm going to keep scooting you as I move my paper. Ha 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 ha. And I'll probably just throw something over here in the corner. I'm going to switch up to probably to brown. So I'm like, it's just not harvesty enough if it has no foliage floating around, right? Just mixing some watercolors off cam. You can't see it, but I promise that's what's actually happening. Yeah, it's like a greenish, brownish kind of color. And I have a completely different set of a palette. So I have one that is, it has more fluorescence and pearlescent type colors. So I'll probably use that one. But yeah, this was a project that I worked on back on Monday. And this is sort of just doing some finishing touches. Eventually, once all this ink dries, I'm going to color these in so they look like little leaves. And then I think I'll just get my Micron out and start drawing some spider webs and, just stuff like that to make it slightly spooky. I'm like crab walking my phone all over this piece. But mainly out of necessity because I don't yet have like that cool camera that does like the big bird's eye view of the piece. So we'll just keep working on it in little pieces. I'll just show you guys the little sections that I'm working in. think I'm going to put one more probably up here. And then I'm going to start to work on my next piece, which is going to have more fluorescent. So this one is much more, we have a lot more earth tones going on here on this piece, but the other one's going to have a lot of fluorescent. And I might just choose some crazy colors for the pumpkins just because I can. So we're going to do an experimental one after this. Got to add some more pigment up here. Whoops. I've got space for a couple more. And then I'm going to switch to, I'm going to let this dry so I can micron over it later. And I'll probably switch to my next piece here in a second. But yeah, just do a quick zoom up. So that's what it's looking like so far. You can see how I started it. I used the watercolor blobs and then I let that dry. And I went over that with some micron. And eventually, once this thing is done, I'm going to slice it up into about 4 different little postcards that I can send out to people. So that is one project. I'm going to just scoot this over here to dry. All right, enter piece number 2. Same paper size. What is this? It's a 12 by 9 by 12? Yep, 9 by 12. But instead, here, let me shift this over. I have a whole nother set of Sakura watercolors. Yay! So this is pearlescent and a lot of fluorescent. So I think we can have some fun with this. I like this. It's really easy for travel. You just fill this little canister with water and then you squeeze it and the water comes down here and into the tip of the brush. So it's ideal for traveling. I've never actually tried using this on a plane before, but I imagine you could if you found an easy way to fill the water cartridge. It's a fairly non-messy way to art, so I like it. There. All right. Start with some, oh yeah, look at that. Fluorescent. I'll just take you guys along for the ride. I'm going to make some more pumpkins on this one. And I think I'm going to just do more, my placement's going to be a bit more random on this one. Just going to play. We're going to just play here, guys. Just playing with the filled in space and then the empty spaces as well. I like how splotchy that turned out. That's kind of cool. I'll go over here, maybe put in a little small pumpkin. Can also do a big squash. Hold on, let me just do a big old gourd up here in the corner. If you're just tuning in, this is the Rat's Nest. I usually host I host on most Monday nights at around 8 Eastern, but I also come on fairly sporadically as well. So this is supposed to be a squash. My last piece was more earth tones. This one's going to be more fluorescent and maybe some pearlescent colors. That's the plan. I'm going to try to work in the top half of this paper so I don't have to keep scooting my phone everywhere. And these are pretty easy to clean too. So once you're done using your paint, there's a couple little sponges that it comes with. So pretty much you just let some extra water go out the end of your brush and you just kind of wipe it on the sponge, and it does a pretty good job cleaning it off. All right, I'm going to switch over to, let's see, I could probably do some green because they are pumpkins after all. Just get that green started over here. Actually, I'll show you as well how I do that. So I've got these little gels in here. You just get water on them and they activate. So it's pretty easy to use. Do a fluorescent pumpkin over here next to this one. The last one I did, the pumpkins were like, everything was super lined up, but here I'm just going a little more sporadically. So see how these turn out. You can also work in this corner down here too. Just going to move this up. There we go. I'm not used to these colors being so light. Usually I work with darker colors. So it's a little different than what I'm used to, but I think it'll still turn out pretty cool. I'm gonna actually, let's see, I'm gonna do one more gourd, maybe down here. And then I'm gonna switch probably to like a yellow. Okay, I'm gonna switch. Let's go to, I'm gonna probably just do different colors this time. Let's do like purple. What do you think, guys? Purple? Yeah, let's do purple. Let's go crazy. Do some purple. There's no such thing as a purple squash, or is there? I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe it's some kind of weird heirloom variety of it. I don't know, but we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do purple because I like purple. Do a purple pumpkin over here. Let's see, I've got some purples. Do a couple more purples down here. Sorry, I'm like not chatty at all tonight. I'm lost. I've had a long week. I'm like lost in thought. My gosh. I swear I do talk sometimes on this stream. I swear. I need more orange down here too. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to bump the camera. Just get some more orange in here. Oops, oh, I did not mean to do that. But see, watercolor is forgiving. I could just kind of wipe it off. Just darken this. You know, watercolor is meant to be kind of messy, I think. See, no one will ever know, except you guys. Let's add some more pigment into this squash. Like, oh my God. But there's one. Probably throw an extra small pumpkin up here someplace. So these definitely don't have to be perfect. You can lay them on however you want. Awesome. And I'll probably just add one more over here to the side. All right, I've got yellow, I've got green, I've got orange, I've got purple. Let's throw some yellow in here as well. I'm gonna use a fluorescent yellow. Just get that ready here off to the side. Yeah, this is giving me 80s vibes with all the fluorescence. True story. Oh yeah, that's perfect for a gourd. Look at that. This is turning out so random. Let me scoot my computer back here. Okay, perfect. Good. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. I think I'm gonna use blue as the next color I dabble with. You're just playing for now. This, this actually looks like fruit. It's not supposed to be though. It's actually supposed to be pumpkins. I promise. It's pumpkins. Yeah. Don't worry. Trust the process. Trust the process. Judy, are you still out there, ma'am? I know you were traveling tonight. Okay. Let's do another big old pumpkin up here. This one will be yellow. The good thing about these watercolors is that they do dry pretty quickly, so I should be able to go back over these with a micron pretty soon. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing how light color these are. I thought these would be, I don't know, I thought these would come out darker for some reason. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. I know it really doesn't look like a lot, but I'll show you guys for comparison. Eventually, it's gonna kind of look like this. And it'll look more like that once I start to paint the stems on, and then I get the microns and I put the pigment around the pumpkins and the gourds, and I make like all the teensy details. So for now, literally this looks like some crappy drawing or painting that I did when I was like 9, but I promise there's a method to the madness here. It is all gonna come together eventually. Okay, I think it's time to do some blue. So let me pull in some of this fluorescent blue color. Oh, that's interesting. It's turned into like an indigo. Okay. And we'll just keep layering as we do. Just keep adding. Yeah. Gourds. And little pumpkins. And we can kind of like do the the tall, skinny pumpkins. Here in Florida, they definitely sell pumpkins, but it is so hot and humid here that if you put one on your front porch, it's not going to last too long. So your best bet is to do it like a day or two for the carving, like do it a day or two before Halloween. Otherwise, if they get really moldy and really icky quickly. I'm going to put a big one somewhere over here. Pull in some more pigment first though. Yes. Oh, I know what I didn't show you guys yet. I actually just got my order from Sticker Mule, and I am so excited about these. So they had a special going on where you could do, for $29, you got a set of 50 glitter stickers. And let me show you guys. I think they turned out pretty sweet. So this is the picture that's in my profile. They printed it out. The top is kind of glossy. So I think there's 2 layers here. You can see my light. But the top's glossy and the bottom paper is this glitter paper, which I'm super stoked about. So yeah, I got 50 of these bad boys and I'm starting to think through how I might want to do some giveaways with these things. So yay, 50 of these, imagine. I was real pleased with how they turned out. So I don't think I've never had a bad print job with Sticker Mule. They've always done a pretty solid job with quality. So hooray, more stickers. And every few months I usually do some kind of a random design. And in the past I sent them to pen pals and stuff like that. But I'm like, honestly, I'm to the point where I'm like, if people want to DM me their address, I can send it to them for funsies, like literally really no other reason other than I like sending stickers to people. So I'll try to figure out how to turn that into a giveaway type structure. Not right now though, because I'm painting. Like, don't interrupt my painting. I think I'm going to add some blue towards the top here too. Just angle it there. Oops. I promise I'm going to get a better setup for my camera. I keep promising that, but like seriously, someday I will. Someday. When I figure out OBS and I figure out all this other stuff. I'll get a nice camera, nice setup. That's my dream. All All right, so here's a quick bird's eye of what it's looking like. I promise it's not tropical fruit. It's actually going to be pumpkins eventually. All right, I'm going to pull, I think maybe a red. I have a red and maybe, let's see. Let me just peek over here at my color palette and see what other color options I do have. Because I think I got a couple more I can weave into this. Let's see, what's this one? Is this like a pink? Oh, you guys, I found fluorescent pink. Okay, yes, yes, please. Okay, let me jump up here. The next step after I get done doing this, I'm actually going to put stems on all these little pumpkins. So I do have to leave a little bit of room in between, but that's the plan. Put some stems on here so later I can go over that with the Micron pen as well. And I'm going to experiment with one more color that I have here just to see what this comes out as. What's this one? Oh, it's like a red. Okay. Cool. It's darker than pink. Oh yeah, it definitely comes out a little darker. Okay. Just peeking at it to see if it needs something else, anywhere else here. Maybe like right here. Sorry, I'm like one-handing this, trying to hold the camera and try to get my hand steady. All right, I think maybe that's about it for this one. Now I'm gonna start the stems. All right, so let's start up here. Change my paint color once more. I'm gonna go with like I think I have a deeper brown. Well, this is pearly. Let me play with this a little bit and see how it turns out. Yeah, I think I like it. I like it. All right, nice. So that's what we do next is just get some paint, make some stems. They don't have to be perfect. Actually, the wonkier looking they are, the better. I promise these turn out pretty cool. All right, so that's another quick bird's eye of that. So that's what they look like once they get the stems on. All right, more gourds. Try not to have these things be overlapping, but I guess it really doesn't matter. All right, some of these are they're like vines, so the ends get kind of squiggly sometimes. But yeah, for a while, this thing had like a tropical fruit vibe going on. So I'm thinking once I get these stems painted on, it's gonna look less like fruit and more like actual pumpkins. At least that's my plan. Let's see if it pans out, right? It's weird. I haven't been able to see my chat like the entire stream, so I'm wondering if it's still working. Actually, let me check. Okay, yeah, it does. Or at least I think I broke the ice on it. All right, the chat does work. All right, just checking. So make sure I'm not ignoring people's messages. All right, more gourds and more stems. Let's go. But ultimately, I swear, this is going to look like something. this is what it ends up looking like once you put the Micron pens down over the color. So I swear, I'm not lying. This looks stupid right now. It just looks weird, right? But I promise it's going to actually turn into something. It will. You got to trust the process. It does look funky though because I'm using such fluorescent colors. But I promise it's gonna turn into something cool. I actually have never used this palette for this type of project before. I usually use the one that has more of the earth tone colors in it because the colors tend to be darker, and these, as you can see, these are definitely a little bit lighter. I think I saw this specific project on Instagram a while back, maybe a year or so ago, and I decided to give this a whirl. Oops, I almost dropped my ink here. Nice. I'm almost done with the stems, which means I can start doing some of the inking. All right, and I think this is the final pumpkin here, guys, down in the corner. Get this blue guy. All right, and so this is what it looks like with the stems on. Hopefully most of these have dried pretty well by now. So let me move my paint over here so I don't spill it everywhere. And let me see what microns I have. I think I've got a 0.01. Yeah, that one's good. I think I have a 0.005. I do. Oh, okay, cool. Perfect. So that's kind of what it looks like once you start to get the micron around it. Something like that. All right, so there's a pumpkin. Let's do this gourd here next. so you get the idea. That's essentially what it's going to start to look like, but across the whole piece. I kind of like this one because it's got like a spunky, almost like an oblong shape. Cool. And we got the blue guy. Hooray. Never seen a blue squash in my life, but maybe they exist. Maybe it's like some expensive heirloom squash. Never know. Or it's like those expensive pumpkins you get at Whole Foods that are like $80. Like, what? Who would pay that for a pumpkin? I guess some people would. All right, I'm gonna give you a quick bird's eye whoop. So you see, that's the technique. Put the blobs of paint down, let them dry, and then hit it with a micron. And that is the effect that you get. And I also like to draw little spider webs and little details around some of these after a bit. Just inch this up a little bit more so it's actually in frame for you guys. There you go. Much better. I have no idea what category this particular stream is under. I tried to change it back to art, but it might still be Roblox because I was playing Roblox earlier just for fun. So if this is in the wrong category, I do apologize. I tried to change it and then Twitch got all buggy on me and it wouldn't let me change it. So no idea if is this art? Let me know. Or is this under Roblox still? like trying to change. I was Googling, I was like, how do you change it back? And then I was like, I don't know, it's not working. The technique it showed me did not work. But again, I still cannot see comments. So I'm like, oh man, I don't know what I did. Like, did I screw something up? Quite possibly. Let me know if you guys can see, if you're able to comment. So far, I can only see the one comment that I made. So it's very possible. Like, maybe Twitch is just being buggy. I don't know. All right, another zoom out, just because it's fun. Here, yay. And then let's do this one. Russell told me, he's like, your squash are suggestive. I was like, oh, whatever. Like, they're supposed to be pumpkins and gourds, man. Nothing else. That's it. Pumpkins, that's all she wrote. Just for that, I'll make sure he gets the super funky looking ones on his postcard, because ultimately this is a 9x12 piece of paper, and I'm going to slice it up. Slice it up probably into 4 separate little postcards. Oh, I forgot oh, see? I actually forgot to put a stem on that one. I'm gonna have to come back over it. I thought I was forgetting something. Apparently I actually was. It was not a hallucination. I actually forgot that. Okay, I'll come back to that one later once that ink dries. So this will be my last one to color, or to ink rather. Oh, I forgot another one. See, I don't know what the heck I was doing, but I was not paying attention. All right. Let's just add these back in, I guess. It's funny, I was sure. I was like, I know I've got all of them. Nope, I didn't. Okay, so that one and that one, this pink and purple. These I gotta come back over. No problem. Right, there is another pumpkin. I'm going to work on this gourd, these couple of gourds here in the corner. All right, so I have to remember this one and this one. These need to dry. So I'm going to work on the rest of them that are up here. Got this guy here. All right, there's that one. Yeah, there's like a couple more up here in the corner. Oh wait, there's way more over here than I realized. Whoops. It's like I'm almost done. Nah, there's more. But wait, there's more. So many more. I underestimated how many pumpkins I put on here. And I've got yellow, fluorescent yellow on this guy. And we've got like, I don't know, these kind of remind me, I don't know if you guys remember the slime that used to come in the gumball machines from the 80s. They were kind of like these super bright fluorescent colors. That's what it reminds me of for some reason. Like the colors on the palette, on the gel before you get them wet, that's kind of what it reminds me of. But once you do get them wet, they aren't as vivid as a color as I thought they would be. Like this blue is way muted. I thought it was going to be darker. It's okay though, it's okay. All right, so then we've got hot pink. Whoops, sorry. Or no, this was the hot pink. This is like a brighter red. That's what it reminds me of. It's like that gumball machine slime color. And that, if you know, you know, like that slime used to have a really, like, really distinctive smell to it. I don't know what was in it, but all the gumball machine slime from the 80s smelled the same. All right, we're going to do this purple guy up here. All right, so we've got these, and then we have two final pumpkins in the center. These were the ones that I forgot to do the stems on, but we'll do those last, and then I'll do a quick bird's eye view, and you guys will see the full project. Yeah, that is the beauty of the Sakura Koi watercolors. They do dry pretty quickly. So especially if you want to go over them with a pen like I'm doing, it just makes it that much easier to not lose time on your project. So there's not a lot of downtime. All right. So you guys, if you've been watching or you're watching on the replay, you know how blobby and nondescript this thing looked like when it started. So I'll show you the two projects. So this is the fluorescent color palette from Koi. Oops, sorry for the wiggle. All right, so that's the one that I just finished. And then this was the one with more earth tones that I did the other day. So just to give you guys an idea of the color difference in the two palettes. But other than that, that is what I had to share with you guys this evening. So once again, as always, oops, I keep bumping my camera. Thank you for joining in here at the Rat's Nest. We are here most Mondays at 8 Eastern, but also sporadically on weekends and some weeknights other than Mondays. So it just depends on how the inspiration hits or if I have a project or not. But thank you again, guys, and enjoy your fall festivities. Peace out. Be good.